In this video, we'll continue with the starts with and the ends with method of the strings. So as the name indicates, the starts with and ends with method are going to give the result either in the form of the true or false. So these two methods are applied on the strings to check whether a particular string starts with some substring or it ends with the string that is passed as a parameter to these functions. So as an example, you can see here the basic syntax that is required for using these methods are either can be used on a string variable or else they can be directly applied on the string. Dot starts with the parameter on which you want to check whether this string starts with this parameter or not. So in this example, you can see hello world is in a string on which you want to check, that is starts with this parameter hello. So it will start searching whether this parameter matches with the string, whether it starts with this hello or not. So if it starts with the same parameter what has been given with to this method, then it will give the result as a true. The same way the ends with method is also going to work, but the ends with is going to check whether the parameter is going to end with the the string is going to end with the parameter what is passed to this method here. So in this example, hello world exclamatory mark dot ends with world exclamatory mark. That means this ends with method will check this world with exclamatory mark is the ending substring for this hello world exclamatory mark. So in this case it is true, that's why it will give the result as a true. In the next case, you can see here ABC123 is a string for which you want to check whether it starts with the ABCDEF, for which it is not the true case. That means it will give the result as a false. So in the same way, ABC123 is checked whether it ends with 1, 2. No, it ends with the 1, 2 and 3. Even if you take only 3 as the parameter over here, probably it will give you the result as a true. But here it doesn't ends with 1, 2. It ends with 1, 2, 3. So that's the result. It will give the result as a false. So in next case, you can see here the entire string itself can also be taken as a parameter for which it will give the result as a true here. Okay, so the entire string can also be taken as a parameter to the ends with method for which you will get the result as a true here. So try to execute these examples. These are very simple, for which you'll get to know how does it behaves here. So in the next methods that we are going to discuss are the join method and the split method. So the join method is used with the parameter or the string which you want to join with the elements from the list here. So I want to show it in an example here. So what I'll use a colon as a parameter for joining here. So the parameter that you want to use for joining needs to be included in the either the single quote or the double quotes to make it as a string. And next is a dot, and the name of the method is a join. And to this join, the parameter is the list here. So in this, I'll take it as a first element of the list as a Python, second element to the list as a programming, and third element to the list as a language. And end this list, close the parenthesis and press the enter. So how does this join method is going to be used is going to apply is to remember one thing here. The join method is to be used, one parameter is the string and the second parameter being a list over here. So what the join method is going to do here is it is going to take the first element from the list, the Python, the next element is the parameter to be used to join the all the elements of the list here. but joining is done by taking the only one element at a time and taking the parameter to join over here and considering the next element to be the joined element, and the same thing is going to repeat here. So you can see here in this example, Python, the colon is used for joining, programming, again the colon, and the language. So if you use the join method, it is going to consider the each element at a time, and the all the elements of the list are joined with the parameter that you are going to pass here. So for example, if I take here the same example with the different parameter for joining, here you'll get to know more clearly. So instead of a colon, I'll take simply a comma over here. So you can see here the elements of the list has been joined, but with this parameter for the joining. So for joining element is a comma over here, whereas in the previous example the joining element was a colon. So in the same way, we'll see how the split is going to work. So do remember here that the split is always going to give you the result in the form of a list. So for example, I'll take the example as a string a comma b comma c dot split, and the split may take a parameter or may not take a parameter. The syntax of the split is needs to be applied on a string, and it may take the parameter or it may not take the parameter. So let's see what happens if we do not pass the any parameter to the split method here. So I'll just press the enter. So as I told you, the split method is also always going to give you the result in the form of a list. So you can see here the result is a list over here, but what is the content of the list here is the a comma b comma c is a content over here. So we'll take the same example. I'll show you the difference what happens here if you take some parameter for the split method here. So in this, I'll take the parameter as a comma. Sorry, needs to be taken within a single quote. So you can see here what does the split is going to do on this string. It is going to split this string by considering this parameter as a delimiter here. So comma being a delimiter, for example, it will search through this string and it will stop for making the element of a list wherever it come across the comma here. So you can see a, after that you have the comma, so that's why the a is considered as the first element here. So next b, again you have the comma, so that's why the b is considered as the second element, and whereas the last element here. So if you do not take the any parameter, by default it will consider the space as a delimiter, and on this string we do not have the any spaces over here. That's the reason altogether is considered as a only one element to this result here. But in this case we have taken the comma as a delimiter, for which it has splitted this entire string into the three elements wherever it has come across with the commas over here. So I hope these two methods are clear to you. So here also it has been taken in the same way. Few examples here you can see comma dot join with the elements of the list here. That means all these elements of the list will be joined with the commas here. In the same way here you don't have the any parameter since it is joined with a space. My name is Simon, and here in this in case you can see here ABC, capital ABC has been used for the joining parameter for the elements of this list. The elements of the list are my name is Simon. That means it will be joined as my ABC, name ABC, is ABC, Simon. So what I mean to say is whatever you are going to take here, that is used for joining the elements of the list here. So in the same way as I told you, the split is going to split the contents of this string with the delimiter whatever you are going to pass to this split method. So in this case, the split method doesn't have the any parameter, for which the space is considered as a default delimiter here. You can see my space is there, so that's why my is considered as the first element. Again, wherever you come across the space, that will be considered as the delimiter for splitting the string here. So in the same way here you can see if the ABC has been taken as a delimiter, wherever you come across the ABC, that is going to be considered as a separator for this string. That's the reason why you'll get the result as a my name is Simon as the elements of the list here. The same way for the next example as well. So the next methods that we are going to discuss is with respect to the justification. So if you have worked with the world, you are very if you have worked with the world or the microprocessor word or the notepad, you might be very well versed with the justification of the text over there. So you may justify the text either towards the right or towards the left or even towards the center. So the same way you can do with the string in the Python by using the methods known as the R just for our right side justification, L just for the left side justification, and center for the making the string to appear center. So here in this case example you can see here hello dot R justification with a parameter with a number here. So what does this number is going to indicate is the number is going to indicate the number of spaces that you want to leave for the justification here. So whereas the R just is going to indicate the right side justification, L just is going to indicate the left side justification. So instead of discussing all these examples, I'll directly want to discuss with the execution here. I'll take the Python dot R just right side justification with the value as a 50 here. That means the 50 spaces needs to be left here. So you can see a right side justification here. So that means it is going to place this string to the extreme right to the number of spaces that you have passed as a parameter to this function here. So that means the you are passing 50 as a number to this R just, that means total 50 spaces, the 50 tabular spaces will be considered for the display. But where does it is going to place this string is to the rightmost position here. That's why the why the rightmost position is because we have taken the method as a R just here, which is the right justification. So make this string to be right justified, but how many spaces to the right justification is the parameter, the value that you are going to take for this function here. So the same function will take for the left justification here. Probably you might not find any difference over here. Why? Because you can see here a left justification in the sense the string is going to be placed to the leftmost position, but the rest of the spaces are considered to be blank here to make it as a left justification. So why it is taking a blank spaces here is here in the both the functions we have taken only the one parameter, which is a numeric value, to define how many space or how many values to be considered for the justification here. So that's the reason by default it is considering the space to be taken for making it for the justification. The same thing we can also do it here with a one more parameter. Sorry. So one more parameter is if you do not want these spaces, the default value, that is the space to be included for the justification, you can always take the any character or the any letter of your choice to fill the dummy places over here. So in this case also it is going to make this string to be right justified, but the rest of the values are going to be filled with the second parameter that you have taken. So that means both the R just and the L just are going to take the two parameters but only the one is mandatory, which is going to define the number of spaces or the number of the characters to be filled for making it the justification. The second parameter is optional, whereas where you are going to define what character needs to be filled for making it a justification over here. So the same thing we'll see with the left justification as well here. Instead of star, I'll take it as a K here. As I told you, you can take anything of your choice. You can see here Python. So the rest of the spaces is filled with the second parameter what you have passed here. So the same thing we can also do it with the center here. Center 50. So without any second parameter, it is going to place exactly in the mid of the spaces here. So the same thing I'll take with some second parameter. At symbol. So you can see here, if you use the center method to be upright, the string is going to be placed in the center and the rest of the places are going to be filled with the value which you pass it as a second parameter here. The second parameter needs to be passed in the form of a string. If you do not take the second parameter, by default the spaces is going to be considered for the justification here. I hope these three methods are clear to you people. The same thing has been explained here with a different example. If you want, you can try it by your own. So the next method that we are going to discuss is for removing the extract spaces that you are going to use in your string, that is with the strip, R strip and the L strip. Not only the spaces, you can also strip out the few characters here. So again, I just want to show it with an example here. So we'll see here. I'll take a string Python where I have the spaces at the right side, and I'll use the function rstrip on this string here. So you can see here what it has done. See, both the rstrip, lstrip and only strip, these three methods, it may take a parameter or it may not take a parameter. If you do not pass any parameter as I did here, by default it will consider the space as a parameter to remove it from the string that you have passed it here. On this string you have to remove only the right spaces here. So for example, if I take here, for example, if we have the spaces on the left position and if I use the R strip on this string, so probably you are not going to remove anything. Why? Because the R strip method is going to remove the spaces only from the right side position. So in the previous example, you had left the spaces right to the string, which will be excluded if you use the R strip method. In the same way, the L strip is going to work for the string where you have the spaces to be left on the left position. Dot L strip. Right, so you can see here all the left side spaces has been excluded and only the string has been displayed over here. So in the same way, if you use only the strip method, so only the strip method is going to remove the spaces from the either sides here. It is going to remove the spaces from the either side. So you can see here I have left the spaces both on the right side as well as on the left side. So if you use only the strip method, it is going to remove the spaces from the both the left and the right spaces. So these all R strip, L strip or strip, all these methods we have seen we have seen all these methods without using the any parameters here. So by default it is going to consider the space as a parameter in all these cases. So now we'll see with the some example here, that is example here. So here in this example you can see here spam, where we have taken this string as a spam, spam bacon, spam eggs, spam, spam. So in the next case what we have done here, spam dot s strip, and to this strip what we have taken a parameter to be passed here. So parameter is amps. So what does this function is going to do is now it is going to search for the combination of these letters from this string, and it is going to remove the all the possible combinations until and unless it come across with the unmatched combination here. For example, you can see here amps. So spam is going to be the part of this combination x. You can spam is going to be the part of this combination here. So this spam will be removed, and next even this spam is also going to be part of this combination. This will be removed. Now back on b is a part of a combination, no, that's why this and the removing or the combination matching is going to be stopped here itself. So when we come across from the even right side also, you can see here it will start making the combination from the dead end here, that is spam. Again it is a part of the combination here, this will be removed, and even this will be removed, whereas the x is not the part of the combination here. So that's why you'll get the result as a back on spam x. So what you need to remember here is whenever you pass the any parameter to the strip method, all possible combinations either from the right or the left side will be excluded, and only it is going to give the result when it come across to the unmatched combination. In between, even if you have the matching combination, that will not be removed. I hope the strip, R strip and L strip methods are clear to you people. Now coming to the one more module from this chapter is the paperclip module, which is used for copying and pasting from the keyboard through the program here. So for that what you need to do is first you need to install this paperclip module, and how to install that paperclip module is you need to open the command prompt as an administrator in your system, and here I have already installed, so I'm going to just show you here. So you can see here for installing the paperclip, the command that is used is pip install paperclip. So if you type only this much in the command prompt which is running in the administrative mode, so you will be able to install the paperclip here. Okay. So once you have installed the paperclip, next thing is you have to import that paperclip, and you can use the copy and the paste methods from this module here. So for what purpose this paperclip is used is the paperclip module has a copy and the paste function that can send text to and receive text from your computer's clipboard, and sending the output of your program to the clipboard will make it easy to paste it to an email, word processor or some other software. So basically whenever you copy something from the keyboard, that can be pasted through this module into your program. So that can be done here. So I just want to again show with an example here. Import paperclip. So the name of the module is the paperclip, which needs to be imported, and next is you can use the method paperclip dot copy the string that you want to copy, or the string that you want to copy through the keyboard. That is, if I take it as a only ABC here. Okay. So the next thing is, if you want to paste it on the keyboard, which you have copied, is paperclip dot paste without any parameter here. So press enter, so you'll be able to paste whatever has been copied here. So right now it is a very simple example. So as we deal with the more complex example, you will come to know how this can be used or where it is more beneficial here. So rest of the things will continue in the next video.